Hey guys, welcome to another Naughty Egg Draw. I'm Jake, and today we are going to be doing character concept drawings based off of different results we get on online generators. Now this is really good for people who struggle with what you're going to draw next when you're staring at a blank sheet of paper, or even if you're creating an entire universe of characters and you just don't know what that next character is going to be. So what I do is I take a coin, I flip it for male or female. After that, I flip it again for human or animal. Now if it's an animal, I go to an animal online generator to get my animal from there. Then, the character needs an occupation, so I go to an online job generator. With all of that, that's pretty much all I really need to get myself started with a character concept. So, without any further stalling, let's start the process. So, the results I got were female, animal, sloth, and waitress. So I went online to find some different reference materials on sloths and waitress attire. I always hear people say you shouldn't use references when you're working, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's honestly impossible to remember what everything looks like in the world off the top of your head. So I started with a rounder head for the first one, but I realized I wasn't a big fan. It didn't scream feminine enough for me, so I ended up moving to a softer oval shape for the head. And when I'm working on concept work, I normally start with the head, mainly because I feel I can build off of it much better. You can get the true emotion of that character more from its face than anything else. As I worked on the third one, I realized it was a bit too sexy. I really wanted her to kind of have a small town sweetheart look, and less of a, seductress look. So I moved back to the style I drew the second one in, as I started to think about how I could change it up a little bit more, maybe adding some props to it. So you'll see that I keep hopping back to the other one to add stuff like a flower, adding like a Hawaiian waitress feel. With the fourth one, I'm adding an old school like paper hat for the waitress. After I have drawn a few different heads, I star the ones that I really like, so I can go back later and know which ones I liked. This is great for if you're working with a client. It helps them know kind of where you were leaning. After I do the quick sketches, I end up going more to a detailed drawing below it, just to help push myself to the next section, which is the poses. For this, I decided to do a pose/attire choice for each of the starred pieces. Now, normally if I'm doing concept work for a client, I would create more than just two, but for the purposes of the video, I just decided to just do two of them. So with the first one, I made a waitress who is from a small town, working in a 50s style diner, and maybe bringing some drink orders. One of the best things you can do while working on concept work is to really build stories of your characters as you're going, because this can really influence and push your piece to the next level. With the second choice, I ended up going with more of the Hawaiian theme. Since she's a sloth, she would most likely be living in more of a tropical rainforest type place. So I really started pushing that and working with the idea of like hula skirts and like a tube top / bikini top kind of thing. Once I've completed the poses and the attire, I move into the final concept work. Now this is where you're going to want to take a little bit more time, make the piece look the way you really want it to look. I ended up going with the 50s style diner look. I really liked the idea of the character, and it kind of really drove home the idea of the sweet small town girl feel to me. At this point, I started moving into the fine liner work. I used a .03 and a .005 pen for this. The .03 being for the main outlines and the thicker areas of the piece, and the .005 for the fine liner works like the thin hairs and the eyelashes and other finer details. After I've completed that, I take a scrap piece of Copic blending paper just to find the colors that I would like to use for the piece. I decided after a bit to go with darker browns for the fur and reds and pinks for the cloth. Well, I'm going to finish this up, and I will see you guys at the end when she's completed. Alright, well, I had a lot of fun making this piece, and I'm really happy with the way she looks. And I'd love to see your guys' work while using this process. So go out, have some fun, use a bunch of different generators, and post them to the Naughty Egg Studios Facebook page. And if you guys enjoy my work and you want to keep yourself updated with the stuff I do, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to like and comment on the video. I always love seeing that kind of stuff. Alright, keep drawing, and until next time.